Hello everyone in the real world, welcome back to my LEGO world and welcome to Daly's Bricks. Okay guys, so welcome and thank you for tuning in to today's video. So before we get started, as always, please can I ask, if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to this channel. It means a huge amount to us every time we get one new subscriber. When we get 2 new subscribers, we go crazy. Not really, but thank you so much to everyone who is so far liked and subscribed to our channel. Also, please head on over to Instagram at dailies_bricks and give us a like and a follow there as well, guys, okay? So, now we've got all that out of the way with, let's get started on today's video. So what we're going to do today is, as you've probably seen from our LEGO City, is we like to light up some of the modular buildings. I think it makes it look fantastic, and I've said this a few times and stuff, and I've shared some of the videos of when the modulars have been lit up. Now I'm going to share that experience with you today because I have a new light up kit for, drum roll, which said, to be fair, the title gave it away, didn't it? We're going to anticlimax. We're going to light up our police station modular. Okay, so this year's modular, we have the light kit for that now, and we're going to light that up and place it back into our city. So I thought we'll do a video about that. I'll show you the process and give a little bit of a review on the set that we use as well. So what we went for, let's get cracking. Well, before we get started with the actual light kit and stuff, there's a few kind of tips and tricks what I've picked up by installing some of these. So I'm just going to go quickly over some of the modulars and things like that and some of the sets I've used. And hopefully it might help anyone looking to start lighting up any of the modulars in the cities and things like that. Just a little bit of like consumer advice from me, basically. So the first one I lit up was actually my first modular, which was the diner. Now this kit that I bought for the diner was just off Amazon. It wasn't a particular company, it was just a store off Amazon who I can't unfortunately remember who it was. I paid about £30 I think for the kit, and it's a good kit. Now as you can see there, you can see right in to the diner, you've got the flashy lights at the top which take your eyes straight away, and then you can see all the details inside there as well. It was a good kit, it worked well, and it certainly let us see into the details and stuff like that, so nothing wrong there. Now this is a little bit of advice here. The second kit I bought was actually for the Palace Cinema, but the kit I ended up buying I didn't end up using for Palace Cinema. The kit what you see here is different, and I'll get to that in a second, okay? But the kit that I end up using, I actually end up installing into the bank. Now the first kit I bought for Palace Cinema, I bought really cheap. It was about £10. It was I think it was on eBay, and I kind of got falsely advertised because I thought it was going to have the flashing lights and things like that, what you want your cinema to have, like you can see here. And when it came, first bit of advice I would say is always check your lights before you install, which I always do. Plug them into USBs, check they all work and things like that. And I quickly realised there was no flashy lights like I was told and things like that. And basically, £10 wasted down the drain, because all I ended up getting was these kind of white lights which you can see here. So if I switch this off, you can see a little bit better. Very kind of dull lights. Don't light up really too well and stuff, okay? And ultimately I decided I wasn't going to put them in the cinema, and I ended up just putting them in the brick bank myself, because I kind of felt like, well, the bank doesn't need to have any big flashy lights and stuff, and because the lights are on, it's night time in the city, so yes, the laundrette is going to be open, and maybe it's the bottom floor of the bank will be open, but the top floor of the boss's office won't be open. So that's my kind of first bit of advice. I guess the only bad thing is these lights on the outside aren't lit up, and maybe we can do something for that later on. But like I said, I'm just going to switch this light back on. The kit that I've used in Brickbank was originally a very cheap purchase off eBay, and it was meant to be for Palace Cinema. So that's going to be another piece of advice I would say is, yes, there is very cheap kits out there, but you get what you pay for, and chances are, you know, you're going to be disappointed and probably end up spending more money because this kits are cheap. You won't be happy, and then you probably have to go and spend even more money on another set, which then do the job, which then brings us to Palace Cinema. And now, as you can see there, that's Palace Cinema, and this is when I started using a company called LeLightGo, and that's who I'm using today for the police station. Now I will say I'm not paid by LeLightGo. This isn't a paid advertisement, and I'm not getting anything for free off these guys, okay? But they're a company that I found because of some other YouTubers, and you know, I tried out one or two of the sets, and the first one I tried was on Palace Cinema after the failure with the Brickbank Palace Cinema sets, and as you can see, it just looks a lot better. So straight away you've got that flash and strip what you want for your cinema. The lights outside flash, it's all lit up, you know, on the sidewalk here and underneath the ticket booths and underneath those arches as well. It just all looks really good. And there's actually some these spotlights, these are the original with the set, but I actually have some that came from part of this kit that actually do light up as well, so I need to get them involved in the city somehow as well. But as you can see there, the Palace Cinema is, I actually think that's probably my favourite light up kit, because I'm a huge movie fan, and seeing all this on the front here, I just think it looks fantastic and how it should look. So that's a kit by LeLightGo. Also, the corner garage, that kit is by LeLightGo as well, and as you can see, it's got some flashy bits at the top of the garage here. You got the street light lamp lit up, you got above the roller doors all lit up, and then obviously inside you can see they're working on the garage inside there. Dr. Jones vet, he does not take snakes, but that's all lit up, and the apartment at the top floor you can see as well. So that's a LeLightGo kit, as well as assembly square with the flashy water fountain. If I can just bring it down a little bit closer again, we can start seeing, oh, I've just got caught on the crane, sorry there. The flashy water fountain, and you start coming up into the apartments, bakery and coffee shop, all lit up. Again, another LeLightGo kit, nice and easy to install. And just above there you got these lampposts. Now you'll notice my street lamps are all lit up, because in every kit for modulars there tends to be a lamp light as well, but for my promenade I wanted a different kind of street lamp, which you can get off LeLightGo as well, and they all look really good as well, and they're bright white instead of a warm white. And then the last kit that I've got switched on for you guys to see, that is lit up, is the detective's office, which is the last one I put a light kit in. Again, this is another LeLightGo set. So you can see the pool hall has its lit up signs, and then it's lit up inside there as well. In here's Brickman's office. You can see the barber shop is lit up, as well as the upstairs as well. So they're the light up kits. I do also have Parisian restaurant lit up, but it's not switched on just because I can't get to the plug at the minute, and the room's looking a bit of a mess and needs a bit of a tidy up, so that's the only kit that's not switched on. So yes, this is a kit from a company called LeLightGo. Okay, they make loads and loads of kits, not just for modulars, for like the cars and the fairground rides and all sorts. Okay, now this one is for the police station, as you can see in this, maybe you can't see because of the light here, in this top corner right here. Okay, so that is how it comes packaged. Nice clear packaging, and it tells you on the side what you got. You get a LED light kit, a battery box, and it does say installation guide. But the good thing from these guys is there isn't actually an installation guide in there, and you might think, how's that a good thing? I'm not going to sit here and say I'm an environmentalist or anything like that, but there's no installation guide in here. You have to go on the website, and on the website they have installation guides there for you to just follow off your computer, which I prefer, because the last thing you want is more kind of paper and stuff cluttering up and another instruction manual and stuff like that. Okay, so what do you actually get in this box? Oh, so what you get is another box, and as you can see here, it's got some numbered kind of these foil bags kind of things. Okay, and in each of these are the actual lights. Now how does that look? Now I can tell you this, as this being the police station, this is one of the newer kind of ways they do the lights now. In Palace Cinema, my Parisian restaurant, and Detective Office, they actually have the old sets. Okay, now the old sets, what it was is they had the LED lights mounted into some off-brand Lego bricks, and then you would have a USB cable like this that is attached to the lights, and then you have loads. I mean, in Palace Cinema, I think there's about 7 of these USB cables coming out of the cinema, all nicely hidden obviously, and then I put these all into kind of like a mother USB port kind of thing, which is then connected to the wall. So that's simple enough, okay, but doesn't look fantastic because you then have to hide, a lot of these. I think the diner has about 6, and like I said, the Palace Cinema has about 7, Parisian restaurant has about 4, yeah, so it just makes it harder when it comes to city layout. Now, like I said earlier though, the police station is one of the newer ones, and also I have these for Assembly Square, the newer ones, and the corner garage, and these are a lot better than newer ones. Okay, because essentially what you now start getting is you'll get one USB that comes out your building, which is fantastic. Just one can light up your whole building. But what you have to do is you have one of these, which is like a motherboard. You place that in your building by following the instructions, and then you'll have a load of strip lights, little strip lights that look like this. Okay, and you'll connect these to part of your city and part of your building, and they have these little white ends here which connect into your motherboard, or you might actually connect these to other ones, to other lights. Okay, and then eventually they'll all connect into this motherboard somehow, and then this USB connects into the motherboard, and this one USB will come out, power this, which then powers all the lights. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. That all of this in here is made up of these little wires which are going to feed into this, which then gets its power from this, and that's it. Okay, and it's really easy to follow. I'll be honest, I did like the old way when I was doing it, because it was nice and easy to follow, but I much prefer this newer system now, because it's a lot easier to hide, it looks a lot cleaner as a finished product, and you only have one USB cable to come out and worry about at the end of it all. so a lot less having to hide wires coming out of your building, which I much prefer, and I'm pretty sure most Lego people will prefer. So that is the change, and that is what we're going to go through now, showing you how you install all these kind of things and then how it looks in the final product. So we're going to put the lights in the police station, which we have here, and I always take the opportunity when I'm installing the lights is to give the sets a good clean. So what I use is a makeup brush and I just give it a nice dust. Obviously, as we put the lights in, we have to take the modulars off and stuff so I can get in some of the nooks and crannies. So that's a good thing about adding these lights. So I'm going to take you through that process now. I have the instructions just there on the computer and all the parts ready. So we're just going to go through that process now, and I'll show you how kind of it looks after each stage of putting in the lights and stuff as well. Okay, so we started doing the lights, and obviously we start with the bottom floor here. So the first two little lights are being put in for the donut shop. As you can see here now, you just got two little bits in the circle there. Now they're in there, and then the wire, you can hardly see it there, comes into the donut shop, and I'll tidy that up, and then they'll fit into the kind of the motherboard. I believe it's a white and a red light, or maybe it's a red and a blue light, I can't remember, but we'll see it when it's all lit up. And like you said there, once the roof goes back on there, you wouldn't be able to tell really without looking too closely at it. And then as you can see now, what we're doing here is we have the police station sign off. We have, I think it's another red and a blue light, I think. It does say on the packets. And they're going to go in to there and into there. And again, we'll hide the wires there, so that'll help that light up. And like I said, here's the instructions here, just showing us step by step what you do. So you can see you take off the sign there, you feed the wires in. So it's very, very easy to follow. So far, so good. Okay, so we are a couple bags ahead now. What we have done is the signs here are all lit up. These lights will have actual lights in now. The street light lamp is lit up. The kiosk here will have lights in, and on the top here as well. As you can see, there's a little wire there. I'm not too fussed about that. And this floor has some lights, as you can see, just put underneath there. Those white plates are all lights. It does look messy because the instructions do show you to kind of twist the wires up together. I'm not too bothered about that because, as you can see from the front there, you can't actually see them hanging down. But if I lift them up, they do look a bit messy, going all over the place. But once it's all together and lit up, I promise you won't see them. So I'm not too bothered about messing around and twisting the wires up and tidying it up from that point of view, because you just won't see it. So yeah, that's that done. Now what we are doing is we've got lights in the sign here, and then that feeds into here. And as you can see, we've now twisted it around, so this will be all hidden, and these are dangling down here right now because they're going to go on the underside of this floor. We'll put them in, and then that's going to come all together on there. Now I've not put things back into place exactly yet, just because I'm not finished putting all the lights in and stuff. So once I have, everything will get properly clipped back into place. But for now, there's no point in case I've done something wrong or misplaced something, or haven't got to a part yet that needs still coming off. But so far so good, and everything's going well. Okay, so we have all the lights now installed on this, and it's time to show you how it all looks. So if we just switch it on, and boom, There we go, so nicely lit up there, the police station, and I think it just makes it look all the better. I do really like lighting up the modulars and having the lights in the city. It just helps obviously when it's dark, but also likewise it means you can actually see into the detail. So from here I can see into that top floor, I can see the bottom floor, I can see the police officer who I've put in there and stuff, and I just think it looks a lot nicer, especially when you start going flashing lights and some of the colours as well. So let's go for a little bit of a closer look on this. Okay, so as we get a little bit closer in, you can see the donut shop has these flashing red and blue lights. Funny story is, always check your packages when you install these lights, because I accidentally put one flashing one and one not flashing one on, and then I had to double check that that wasn't meant to be for a police station, because in my head red and blue flashing lights indicates a police or ambulance or fire brigade, but for some reason in this set, no, that is actually right. The donut shop has red and blue flashing lights and not the police station, but it adds a bit of character to it, I guess. Maybe it's to attract the police there. We all know they love their donuts. So as you can see, you've got the two lights outside the main office police building, which looks fantastic, and then just in these clear bricks here you might be able to see that hint of blue and red, which I think is quite a nice little touch. It lights up that doorway a little bit more, and especially when we switch the lights off you'll be able to see that a lot better. If we come on up, as you can see there, you've got some green lights down the vine, which looks really nice as well, and then we can start seeing inside some of the detail there. The only downside is you've got these which are down, so it kind of stops seeing those lights inside, but you can see the crook in the apartment there as well. We just put them back down. Then coming down here, the kiosk news agents is all lit up on the roof, and you've got the street light there, as well as, sorry about shaky camera skills, you've got the lights there for the billboard, and you can see into that side of the police station where they take the pictures there. And then right at the top we've got some lights right at the top of the building there. They're nice and bright, and you can see into the office at the top, and then that flashing light there right at the top of the building as well. So all in all, I think this looks really good with those lights in. Some nice features you can now see as well. So the next job is to place this in our city. But before we do that, like I just want to say is, around the back here, like I said, all of this, them lights, is powered by this one power lead here. So that's all you really see. I know you can see this wire and that wire there. That's just my bad kind of skills there. I will sort them out. So they'll actually, those two wires there will be hidden. But as it's the back of the building, it's not the end of the world anyway. But like I was saying earlier, the cinema has about 6 or 7 of these USB cables coming out all over the place, so it takes a lot more to kind of hide that. Whereas on these newer kind of sets by LeLightGo, it only has one USB cable coming out, which makes it look a lot cleaner and a lot easier to hide these wires. So really good. As you can see there, a lot more kind of lighting up key features on the building and stuff. I even forgot to show you there is even a light down the side here near the water tower as well. So looking really good. Now we need to just put this in the city and show you how the rest of the city is looking with all the lights. Okay, so there we go, all lit up, police station now in the city. What we'll say, you might notice there's a random wig just there, and I filmed earlier and that wig was there. It is, as you'll know, I'm a cosplayer, and it's a Beetlejuice wig for a character, obviously Beetlejuice, what I do, and it's just, at the minute my my mannequin head is in use for other things, so that just keeps that nice and safe. Sorry to babble on about that, but yeah, just why that's there as you can see. Sanctum Sanctorum is doing a great job keeping it nice and right. So let's just switch the light off so you can see now the addition of a police station there, right next to Al's Barbers, next to Corner Garage. We come down and then in. This is looking really good. I'm really happy with how all these lights are taking shape now. Pet shop hasn't been lit up. Maybe I might do. I don't know yet, because I'm not convinced that every modular needs to be lit up. But Promenade still needs a bit of work on it. I know I keep saying that, but there we go. There's a nice little shot of the city. Just try to take another angle for you. Look at that. There we go. So that's all we got time for this week. I know it was a little bit longer than normal, guys, but I tried to chuck in there a bit of advice about lighting up any of your Lego kits in Lego City there, if you're interested. Now, like I said earlier on, and I'll just reiterate the point, this is not a paid video by LeLightGo. I know obviously I spent a lot of time showing you how their sets worked, and a lot of my stuff in my city is LeLightGo's, but it's just because it's one of those things where if you find something that works and it does the job well, then I just keep using them. There is other ones out there, and who knows, I might try one another time and give you a kind of review on how their sets work and in comparison and stuff. That might be pretty cool if you fancy me doing that. I'm more than happy to do that, guys, okay? But like I said earlier on, just take your time when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like I said, I did a few of the pitfalls early on when, you know, I bought a cheap set and it just didn't work and it didn't work out. So ultimately, I ended up having to pay for another set that was more expensive, and then I've also paid already for the cheap set. So just do your research, guys, and if you ever need to know anything or have any questions, please drop me a line as well. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for checking us out. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to our channel, and head on over to Instagram and check us out there at dailies_bricks. But until next time, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.